range at all. But presumably it must be, well, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on now. 3 spades. That looks slightly curious.
Yeah. Maybe they're set spades now. But it matters little, doesn't it? You have the same tricks.
The ace king.
Yeah. You have 2 hearts to lose and that's it. Doesn't matter where you play, as long as you don't play in slam.
Are they getting that?
Well, I don't know. Do they know anything about key cards? I don't know.
So.
I never understood q-bidding at the 5 level without asking for key cards. I mean, now it's a guessing game, isn't it?
As far as I can see it is, but we may not understand all the intricacies of their sequence, but it looks like a guess to me. I guess North knows that South must have a club void, which doesn't look great for his hand. He's minimum. And he's got this club ace, which looks like waste paper now.
Oh yes, but I guess South could be stronger than he is. I mean, he could have the king of hearts, I suppose.
Yeah, but has North got anything he hasn't shown? He's already queued the ace of diamonds, so he hasn't got anything extra, I don't think.
No, I agree with that. He has queued 4 diamonds, so he has nothing. He has nothing to spare. Oh dear. Oh, oh, oh. Now that is not impressive. The leading team, leading by a margin, although they lost to Belarus in the previous round.
I mean, it's a tricky hand. I mean, I suppose if I was bidding it, I guess I would support hearts and maybe try and. I mean, one way I could bid it is to show a void splinter and then maybe bid blackwood, which would then be exclusion. So that would be chancing the 5 level. So I show a club void with heart support, and then bid blackwood if partner signs off, I guess. Or would I have done enough if I'd shown a club void? It's always hard to evaluate these sort of hands, isn't it? Because you've got a bunch of tricks in spades. It feels like North did too much to me here. I don't really see where the 6 club bid came from, because surely partner had a club void.
No. Absolutely no play. No way to avoid 2 heart losers. Unless you can persuade East to cover the Queen of Hearts. Played from dummy.
Well, if South has shown a fit, if South's shown a heart fit.
Yeah. I don't think that will happen. So, the Israelis also tried for slam in the other room, but stopped in 5. The 3-note trumps must have been a hard race with some shortage, don't you think? 1 heart 3-note trump.
Yeah, and then North signed off and South had a go. Or was 4 spades blackwood. did it explicitly show, and 4 spades could have been kicked back and 5 hearts was too good.
Yes, but what was 3 spades all about? Or maybe it shows at least 6 spades. So Norse wanted to show that he had a fit, so that they had a double fit.
I don't really understand 3 spades, but we don't know enough about. It doesn't say how strong 2 spades was, so we're guessing a little bit as to exactly what this auction means.
In the other room we have Rol Levin, north-south for Israel, Spitsis and Volker. Sorry, Graham.
What about, so West sort of pretty much knows that the club lead is safe, but it's not going to set up a trick because the opponents seem to have big cubed clubs 3 times. They can be pretty certain that the king clubs isn't going to set up a trick.
Yeah, he might try the queen of diamonds. But although Declarer can take the 3 diamond tricks now, it doesn't help him. I mean, he has to lose 2 hearts. You may argue, well, the man can take 3 diamonds, get rid of 1 heart, and he can get rid of 1 heart, another heart on the ace of clubs. Yes, but he'll still have 2 hearts left in his hand.
Yeah, it might have cost if Dummy had another trump, because then West he might have been able to strip the minors and play West with the ace of hearts for a rough and discard. But obviously that's not going to work here.
Well, no. The operator says Barrel is known to be a slow player. He is, but you can include Zach, because he is not fast either. I know them very well. But they're good players, obviously. They're good players.
Were they playing in Tel Aviv?
Yes, but not partners. So it was kind of with sponsors. One of them played with John McAllister from USA. Aha! Here we have the Queen of Hearts. Do you see danger? This is what I predicted. Might happen, but when is it right to cover? If partner really has a stiff jack, then there's nothing you can do anyway.
Jack
yeah,
X.
Exactly. Jack X. But if the man has shown...
But you wouldn't have a second trick anyway, even if partner Jack X. I mean, you obviously haven't got any club tricks, and you know you haven't got any diamond tricks. You'd only be saving an over trick.
I agree. And you know what? Was a nice try, wasn't it? I mean, some might fall for it. Best he could do. Well, he's claiming now, I suppose. We're waiting for a claim. And the first 10 imps to Israel. Oh, I didn't see what he's played here. King. Same as that. normal auction. Now, East has some extras, so he may try to trump
Right on the border, isn't it?
I think he's...
The diamonds are nice, and the Jack 10-9 of clubs are quite nice. You're probably worth it. It's probably worth a little bit more than the point count. Maybe it's worth about 17.
Yeah, and West has more than he might have had, and I think he'll race. That's exactly how they, that's exactly how they bid at the other table.
I suppose a heart, if he sets up 3 hearts, and Declare would have to lose a club, and then he'd have 5 tricks.
Yeah, a bit double dummy, I would say, with Jack 10, 9, 7 of spades. Those South players let the Jack of spades.
Some sort of case, isn't there? Because East often has a singleton heart on this auction.
Oh, true. But then West often has the ace of hearts instead of the ace of clubs.
But you still might be setting up heart tricks.
Yes, it would have worked here, I agree. How on earth did he take 11 tricks?
I'm not saying it's obvious, I'm just saying there's some sort of case for a heart lead. Yeah.
Took many tricks in the other room. They could have switched to heart after winning the ace of diamonds. They didn't. And once they don't, then Declarer has over tricks. Yes.
He still has enough tricks, actually, doesn't he? Because he had 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and 2
Oh, yeah.
aces.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the over tricks if they don't switch to a heart after winning the ace. Then they can play for extra tricks and clubs. And if you play Jack of clubs covered, then I can understand how you take 11 tricks, and that's what must have happened. Wow! He covered the... So 6 spades made. So it was 11 imps to France instead, would you believe? Oh dear.
Amazing.
Yeah. I wonder what went through his mind when it would be right to cover. When South has shown 4 hearts. But maybe he has only shown 3.
But even if he'd only shown 3, I can't see how... I mean, as we said, the best it can be doing is saving an overtrick if partner had Jack X, because you really... Surely the bidding told him that there weren't any club tricks for the defence. Maybe he didn't know... Maybe he thought Declarer could have had a... What has happened in spades? Was it obvious that the spades... Yeah, it was obvious that Declarer had all the spades, wasn't it?
Wow. So Zach not feeling good now. And the heart switch came also here, so he won't play any other tricks. So no tricks. 2 more imps to France. Now that was serious. Maybe not as bad as the board that Croatia had a couple of days ago. Were you there?
I saw that one. It was spectacular.
Spectacular indeed, yeah. 2000. Well, South still had to recover. When Hart double didn't he five to five spades? I can't understand it with 7-4, knowing that they had at least 9 spades between them. Okay. Blind
So what are we here? So this is the weaker version of the weak 2 through the multi.
Yeah, and Ross doesn't care what partner has. He knows he has hearts. He wants to play 4 spades, and he probably bids 4 spades now. If he can. And why not? Why wouldn't 4 spades be natural?
Well,
Is he hope?
I guess this shows a max with hearts.
Yeah, or a min with hearts. How strong is the multi?
It doesn't actually have a range. It just says weak major, but they don't. When they're NV, they don't actually have a weak 2 in hearts because it's both majors. But the 2 spade opening would be 10 to 14. So I assume that I assume it's like 5 to 9 with the major.
Right. Because I play 3 diamonds as minimum with hearts. I play 3 clubs as any max.
Well, I suppose it's possible 3 times as any max. I mean, it must be a maximum, surely. I would think.
Yeah, explained by the operator. Not minimum with hearts. Can Norsey slam in spades? Could partner have the right values for slam?
Pretty
What?
unlikely,
Ace King of
isn't it?
Hearts. Ace King of Hearts and Robertson. Now you want him to have.
But your partners are obviously kinder to you than mine.
Yeah. But then, if he has that, then he's probably void in spades or singles in spade, and they lead a spade, you see. So I'm down anyway. I'm encouraged to tell about that board from the Croatia match. I will a little later if we have a dull moment, like a one-note trump contract. That will take forever if Pavel is declarer. Meanwhile, I can answer the spectator who asked me, how did 6 spades make on board 1? It made because East covered the Queen of Hearts. That was a spectacular trick, but not for Israel.
Especially if Quantown played the jack under the king.
Wouldn't that be adding insult to injury? Queen, King, Jack, Ace. Even you wouldn't do that. Come on.
Probably wouldn't have been anticipating the ace appearing on his left either.
Well, perhaps your counter should have been, well, I would never have been in 6. so I wouldn't face that problem.
I'm frequently in such contracts. I think North has very sensibly here not looked for a slam. I think it was, well, maybe 3 spades was forcing and 3 no trumps was regressive.
No. Yes, the 5 level would have been in jeopardy. Absolutely. On a hard lead, it goes down. If he can find a hard lead against 5-8, it's down, then they have 3 red picks.
Yeah, I think it's, well, he can even find a hearts. He doesn't even have to find a lead, does he? Oh, he does have to find the lead because he only put the ace of diamonds. He wasn't going to find the queen of hearts lead, was he?
No, he wouldn't. Okay, so this is not a lot in it here, so this will make with an over trick. So let me tell you about the board from the Croatia match the other day. Now you have 7 spades and 4 hearts, and enough for the game, and your partner opens for trump. So you bid 4 diamonds, that's your agreement, South Africa, Texas. To show spades, you ignore your hearts. Oh, now your left-hand opponent doubles 4 diamonds. Your partner has 5 card support for spades. Ace, king, queen, and another spade. And we were wondering why he didn't volunteer for the double with such a nice fit. He passed, which would normally show a double, I would think. So eventually, they bid at the 5 level, 5 diamonds the opponent's bid, and now with 7 spades, 4 hearts, said, well, partner must have hearts then, so he bid 5 hearts now to show his second suit, his 4-card heart suit. And North had forgotten all about that 4 diamond bid. And he passed 5 hearts with a small doubleton. So, well, East could just have passed that and get his under tricks in that contract. But he chose to double. Now South had the opportunity to pull to 5 spades, that 12-card fit, but didn't. He sat for it, 5 hearts doubled on a 4-2 fit, and he went for 2,000 points, 7 down, vulnerable.
Well, North must have had, North was either unsure as to what 4 diamonds was, or couldn't remember, or made the assumption that partner had forgotten when he was looking at 100 honours and spades. And then, of course, the 5 heart bit reinforced his view that partner had hearts.
But should East really have been that greedy? Should he have doubled 5 hearts?
I think, well, he'd probably been told, he probably had a case, he would have had a misinformation case, wouldn't he? Because he'd been, presumably North had told him that South had hearts. So if the agreement was actually that 4 diamonds showed spades, he'd been misinformed, and if they'd run off to spades, then I think it could have been rolled back to 5 hearts on board, essentially.
Yeah. But it is really strange that you don't have an agreement. Well, of course you have an agreement, but, you know, if one forgets, the man who bid 4 diamonds apparently didn't forget, because South African Texas was on their card. So it wasn't North who, forgot or looked at his cards and said, with ace, king, queen, 10 to 5 spades, surely it cannot have 6 spades.
And then the heart bid.
Yeah.
And the heart bid reinforced that for him when his partner bid 5.
Terrible board. I haven't seen it in the bulletin yet. But it may appear. the tournament. Well, Boris also.
You know David's column, you know, that's a column, Great Bridge Disasters.
Oh, does he? Yeah, yeah. And I used to do that in Bridge magazine, as you may recall. Disaster Viewcraft. So it could appear there also. Well, action in the other room. 1100 3-bit 3-note trump contract. How on earth do you get to 3-note trump? 16 opposite 7.
Wasn't unreasonable. It went 2 hearts, 3 hearts, and South took a potted game.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And chose the wrong moment.
It's a similar situation here.
Yeah. Are they trying to steal? Kantang may be thinking. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, but is East going to double? No. By the way, the double in the other room wasn't obvious at all, was it?
No, it might
How
depend.
could he know?
It might depend on the exact range
How
of what
could he
2
know?
hearts was. Maybe 2 hearts was constructive. Like 8 to 11 or something, I don't know.
Oh, right. Because he couldn't be sure that it would go down. Any implication as to the lead? Is there any implication there? 2 hearts, 3 hearts? 3-no, pass, double? What do you think?
Normally means it's going off if you lead a heart, I would think.
It's going off if you lead a heart. I see. So it doesn't ask for a spade.
Well,
what did
raised
he lead?
hearts, haven't you? You've raised hearts.
Yeah, but West did lead a spade. So he did interpret the double as don't lead hearts, partner. Find something else. So he led from his shortage in spades, which was great. So another great board for France. This will obviously also go down, probably 3, but it's undoubled, so it's only 300. And 13 more imps to France.
The pairs in the other room, do you know?
Yes, Roll and Levin for Israel against Thomas Bessis and Volker. It was Thomas Bessis who doubled 3-0.
Okay, so they are just playing ordinary. It was just an ordinary week too.
Yeah.
They did very well to double, really.
Well, he did well to double, I agree. Be certain that it would go down. I mean, Kara could have a running diamond suit for all he knew.
Well, you never quite know what the tempo is. Maybe South was low and he sort of realised that South didn't have, wasn't looking at 6 diamond tricks and a heart stopper.
Well, if you go up with the ace of clubs here, it's because you know what to do next, right? And you better play hearts, because if you don't, this contract is going to make. If you switch to the king of spades, the contract is a make. Remember, West threw a spade already. Right. So now it's 3 down. You wouldn't expect to gain 13 imps, Graham, when you go 3 down bull and 3 no here. Well, we do have 1,000 spectators after all. So maybe they finished Zia and Mac. I don't know. Very entertaining. Unless you are an Israeli player in this room, and in the other room as well, of course, where you went for 1100.
Yeah, I can't imagine either pair's particularly.
A 4-spade contract here,
Like
where you need the club finesse to make, because you have 2 hearts and a diamond to lose.
So here we have the 10 to 14 opening.
Indeed. South opened 1 spade in the other room. West overcalled diamonds, and North jumped to 3 hearts. Apparently a limp race in spades. And South bid 4 over 4 diamonds.
Maybe a mixed race.
Mixed race could be, indeed.
The mixed raise is 4 card support and slightly weaker than a limit raise, about 6 to 8, somewhere around about that sort of strength. The East have got a 5 diamonds is 500, I think, isn't it? 3 clubs, a heart, and a spade.
Yeah, it's 500. Not much of a save. But it's normal for Zach to bet 5 diamonds when his partner's in with 3 diamonds. Maybe he can push them to a non-making 5 spades. The thing is that they can't defeat 5 spades. When clubs are 3-3, you can take 11 picks. So, small plus for Israel here. Three imps. The EBL server can be very slow, getting so many hits at a time, so be patient. I'm asked, shouldn't the Jack of Spades ask for a heart switch? Yeah, that's how it was intended. Don't you, Graham?
I guess so. I'm not quite sure why I wanted a heart switch with King 9 to 4 and dummy, but I would have thought you. Doesn't it look a bit strange to you? Wouldn't you signal for a club switch at 3 small? Why would you want pass play a heart?
A reverse suit preference signals. Who knows? Mech will do, so maybe they do also. Can you see anything on the cards?
I'm going to guess they don't before I look. Mech will, in my experience, are about the only pair that do.
They play everything reversed because they claim, well, then it's easy for us to remember. Everything is for us.
Maybe he was just trying to encourage in spades.
Uh-huh. So they're playing old-fashioned signals, standard signals, so to speak. High encouraging. Yeah, okay, possible. Do you remember how I said something about L being declarer in one-note trump? then we could wait forever. It may well happen here.
I mean, after all, he know that West had a singleton spade at that point, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Okay, so one-note trump. Not the most exciting of contracts, but they can be quite interesting, I think. I'm not in the David Bird camp. He usually takes a shower when they one-note trump. But I think they can be interesting. What can declarer get? 3 spade tricks, 2 aces, a heart. That's 6 tricks. But what about a 7th?
Duck out King of Clubs, but I suppose that if they switch to diamonds, well, you've got 3 diamonds, heart. He can't get enough times to set up a club trick anyway. I mean, he hasn't really. I guess he could go after hearts, try and duck out a doubleton heart ace.
Yeah, but he needs to set up his spades first. He doesn't have the entries, although the King of Clubs is doubleton. He doesn't have the entries. And also they can switch to diamonds.
Yeah, it might not be obvious to switch to a diamond though from the south hand, is it? Looks like it looks fairly risky to switch to, or potentially risky to switch to a diamond.
That's true. That's true. It's also not appealing to switch to a hard, I mean, with queen, fourth and dummy. Maybe he'll just go passive with a club. Yes, I heard about that trade this morning. How on earth do you manage to break a tray into pieces, a bidding tray, unless you hit your partner with it?
I mean, North could give some sort of signal on that once De Clara plays a spade back, then North could give some sort of suit preference in the spade suit.
Well, this worked well. Well, perhaps North should have played the jack under it to show 10-9. But I think they will defeat it.
Well, I think they're sure to defeat it now. I can't see what can go wrong now.
I'm still wondering about that tray. I mean, it's not like it's made of paper or anything soft, right? How on earth do you manage to break it into hearts? Hmm.
It was an accident.
Yeah, I understand it was an accident. Just trying to understand how it can happen. Women and seniors not playing this evening, I don't think. I don't see any running scores there. So maybe they only played 3 matches today.
Okay, flat board.
Yeah.
What is this look like? 4 spades?
4 spades, yes. Most likely. 3 no is an alternative.
Looks okay as well, I think.
Yeah. Taking time in the other room, are they too high? Nah, the contract is 4 spades in the other room. It has been an extremely good tournament so far. They're leading the seniors, second in the women's, 10th here, and they won the women's pairs. Asulin and Levy won the pairs by a margin, 3%, 61.21%. That is big.
It's a big score, yeah.
You know, they're young, 23 years young, and would you believe that they've been partners for 12 years? They took up bridge when they were 11.
so this should be pretty straightforward. 9 of diamonds will force an honour. And the spades appears. So it should be an easy over trick.
Barrel is a very thoughtful declarer. He will take his time, but he will insert the 8 or the 9 eventually. Planning the whole hand, which is what you should always do when you see the dummy, even if it's obvious which card to play. And even if dummy has a singleton, your partner should never ever play it before you ask for it.
Well, you can easily see how things might be tricky on this. I mean, say it goes 8, 10, ace, and then you'd have, say it goes 8, 10, and then you'd have 3 minor suit losers before you even got going, so you'd have to consider whether you duck the ace of diamonds or not. And you've still got the queen of spades to find, potentially. So it's not as though it's got 10 top tricks.
No.
Clearly on the lie you're not going to have any problems because the queen of spades is going to appear.
It was just a recommendation to our club players in the audience, Graham.
I agree.
Yeah, especially if dummy has a singleton. How often do we not see dummy takes that singleton right away before being asked?
They put it in a played position.
They do. That is so wrong. Give your partner time to plan the play and give you the defense the opportunity to plan the defense. You must actually pause for a little while there. So he's feeling much better now that the queen appears, and he'll feel a lot better in a second when the queen of spades appears.
I guess it could be a sneaky false card from King Queen 10x,
but what can you do then? I mean, you're not going to duck it to see a diamond come through your ace, are you?
No. In fact, maybe the league tells you it can't really be. I suppose it could be 5-2 doubles, but in practice, South isn't going to make this false card, I don't think.
Now, even if you false card from King Queen 10, say you play the queen, and your partner gets in, he will never play you for the 10
no,
anymore.
This is why I don't think the false card is very likely.
Is he really thinking about ducking? What is he going to do if this holds and South returns a low diamond? That just doesn't look right.
Well, you did tell us he's a thoughtful player.
I did, and he is. Here's a question. You can answer that. As the defense let their played card open, are you allowed to play on? We both know the answer, but you can answer that, Grant.
If the defense haven't quitted the trick.
Indeed, face up.
No.
So even if he wins the ace of diamonds now, and the queen of diamonds is still face up. He's not allowed to play on. Because the man with the card... Yeah,
So
until they have turned.
Completely quitted.
Exactly. What a good question. Ask away.
So it doesn't make it onto your short list of slow players, Sparrow.
Well, they can't all be there. I get so many suggestions. I mean, it's a top 10. It's not a top 100. No, he's not there. Wow. He did duck it. There you go.
It seems a bit odd to me. He's playing north of Leadfram on a 10 to 4 and not the ace of clubs. No, even on a just odd ducking, I think. He's it's only right to duck if South is force guarded, isn't it?
Yes. And that's what he thought South did. That he played the queen from king to 10. But then, if he thought that, why did he go up with the ace of diamonds next?
Well, it was too risky to duck it, wasn't it? He couldn't be certain that was position, but if he ducked it and North had led from 4, then he was going to suffer a diamond rush.
Yeah. Okay, I can see now why he did. It will cost him a trick, obviously, as we see. And he'll lose an imp. So, more misery. Look at the closed room result. North-South had ace, king of spades to cash. They didn't find the lead. And the cut. Let's look at the auction to see if they had any clues regarding the lead. When North-South had...
They bid spades up to the 4 level and they couldn't believe they had 2 cashing.
No. They couldn't believe that the opponents bid to a slam off to spade tricks after they'd bid spade, 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 spade. And they didn't lead one. Exactly. So North couldn't believe they had 2 spade tricks, so he led a safe queen of diamonds, and obviously that wasn't safe. Declarer took all tricks, of course, because clubs behaved. He got a spade, he got his 2 spades away on diamonds. He got the hearts right, hearts of the ace, and a finesse on the way back, and with the queen jack of clubs doubleton, he had all tricks.
south 6 heart bid in the other room does look slightly odd. Oh, west final 6 heart bid looks pretty odd.
Yes, I agree. So do they play transfers here, I wonder? 2 spades show spades and a minor, I assume. Many top players play transfer Lebensol, if you like, so that 3 diamonds now shows hearts. I assume you play that, Graham?
I do indeed, yeah. So this is, well, this is showing a 4-level transfer now.
Yeah, this is Texas. Real Texas, not South African. Real Texas. Hearts.
There can be less confusion about the suit partner showing on this auction there. If you're Croatian.
Yeah. And of course, it must be hearts even if your partner had forgotten, because North shows spades. So East would hardly want to be in 4 spades. Well, this is kind of sensible, but this is what you get for being sensible. You lose a slam swing. And the usual 11 imps, or some such. South may bid 4 spades, of course. He didn't. I expect the same 13 tricks in this room. North will lead the Queen of Diamonds. No reason not to. Exactly. So 11 imps, 510 versus 1010 in the other room, 11. We've all tried that. Declarer will get hearts right, because North has shown a 2-suitor. So if anyone has 3 hearts, it rates to be South. So he'll play a low heart to the ace. Or the jack. And over, of course. Now this barrel can play fast, Graham.
Yeah, this one looks within his capabilities.
In the match between England and Poland, the match is very tight. The scoreline is 3-2 after 8 boards.
Suggests that fewer slams have been bid in that match. So.
It's a bit unlucky to go down in 4 hearts here. Yes, you can make it. You have to guess the Queen of Spades, 2 losers in the minors, and a heart loser, when hearts are 4-1. So now you need to guess the Queen of Spades, and it's typical, isn't it? When you're not having a good game, you misguess, like Norse did in the other room.
Seems to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does.
So North could have opened to show both majors, but presumably his hand was too good, being 6-5, when he could have been 4-4, so he decided to pass.
Yeah, so did North in the other room. West bid 2 clubs over 1 diamond, and now North bid 2 hearts. East raced to 3 clubs, South passed, now North bid 3 spades when it came back to him, so he got many cards in the majors, and South bid 4 hearts. He had no clue regarding the Queen of Spades.
So what would you bid here on the North hand after the weak no trump rebid?
I would still bid 2 spades. Why not? That must show 5. Why on earth would I bid 2 spades when I have 4? So do you agree with that? The 2 spades should show 5?
Well, yeah, I mean, well, it depends on what your no trump rebid structure is, doesn't it? Whether South has denied a 4-card spade suit or not.
Yeah, but in that case you can check back, can't you? If you only have 4 yourself. Now I think he's going to get it wrong here as well, because West will show a singleton heart, so hearts are 4-1 with 4 in the East hand, so West rates to have more spades than East, and therefore also the Queen of Spades. Do you agree with that?
I'm thinking about what he's going to... The opponents have been silent with quite a lot of points. I guess I think I probably agree with you, yeah, that he's favourite to go down here. So they're going to continue with clubs here.
Yeah, but again it takes Barrel forever to play a club. Oh, maybe he wants to encourage partners to shift to a diamond? So thinking about discouraging?
Well,
Probably.
doesn't he know, hasn't North sort of shown a 6-5? I mean, what else could 3 spades be?
Exactly. Of course. Should South have raised to 4 spades, do you think? Obviously 3 spades must be 5-6. Decided to discourage. They play upside down attitude, so the 8 was a discouraging signal, but Sack didn't care. Well, indirectly West owned the King of Clubs by taking so long. That is unauthorized information, of course, for East.
Well, if North had it, though, that there weren't any winners in...
There wouldn't have been any winners in diamonds. You're right.
So now he finds out about the...
You're breaking up, Graham. Do you have the button pressed all the time, or maybe you let it go on occasion, or what?
I'm not sure. Is that better now?
Much? Yeah. I know you have to use your forefinger a lot when you speak, but you need to keep it down while you're talking. Now here you see an example where it's good not to get involved. Don't bet too much. Now West couldn't show a two-suit obviously over one diamond, but if he had been able to, then de Clara would have played east for the Queen of Spades. So here's a favourite to get it wrong. Can't blame de Clara in the other room.
And with trumps 4-1, he can't really afford to be messing around in diamonds because he's going to get forced.
Yeah, he can't afford to play a diamond first. Of course, West will go up with the ace or the king, but he did. Yeah, but he knows absolutely nothing about diamonds anyway.
So now King of Clubs.
He knows about the King of Clubs. That I agree with. He'll see that now. And then, of course, yeah. But is that conclusive evidence? I don't think it is. He doesn't know the diamond honors, so he's going down.
Going several down because he's forced himself. They're going to force him again in clubs.
Yeah. Or in diamonds, doesn't matter. Indeed. But it is non-vulnerable, so he's going down 4 down.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, but did he really learn it? Got 300 tricks and didn't really learn anything.
But only if the Jack of Diamonds, then he would go up with an honor. Do you agree? But he shouldn't play the king. He should go up with the ace. And then he wouldn't be
I just don't think he was going to learn anything particularly about the diamond distribution.
No. It's against the odds for West to bid over 1-no trump. Yes, he has nice intermediate cards, but only 7 high card points. Pass. Sometimes partner can make 9 tricks, I know, but the risk of going down in 2 is greater than the risk of missing a game.
So pretty nice layout for de Clara here.
Yeah.
He can make, what can he make? 3 diamond tricks. 3 hearts, four hearts with the with king third on side.
I saw this particular holding a couple of months ago against a four-spade contract, where the only lead to give the contract was the queen from queen, jack, 10 and another, would you believe? So even the lead of a queen from queen, jack, 10 isn't always safe. And as you see it here, it's helpful for declarer. So you really need to have queen, jack, 10, 9. Aha. Official score 27-14. Could that be that board won? Would that make sense? But that would give Israel 11 more. That would be 18. And France
doesn't make sense.
11 fewer. No, that it makes sense regarding France, because if you subtract 11 from 38, oh, it was board 8, where they bid the slam in the other room, and Norse didn't lead a spade. Ace king of spades, yeah. So could it be from that room that they actually took that spade tricks? Would that make sense? Would the scoreline then be 27-14?
No. I don't think so, because surely it makes 11, it swings 11 from one side to the other.
Yeah, how can it 11 from one side and plus 7 for the other side? Something isn't right. It is indeed 27-18 on the official page, so that is probably the right score, provided that they have entered the results correctly into Bridgemate. We don't know that either. Meanwhile, he's taking many tricks, isn't he? He has 7 already, and he still has the ace of hearts, and the king will drop under the ace. So
it's a flat making 9.
You know. Well, nothing is official until they have scored up and the captains have agreed the score, so anything can be changed afterwards. 6 hearts in the closed room on board number 8, showing as -1 in the other room. But I can understand maybe they did beat it, but how can that be 27-18? That's what I don't understand. I can understand that you take 11 of hearts. What?
It's right if it's 27-18, because that's 11 on Israel, isn't it?
Oh.
So what they actually wrote was 20. They wrote 27-14, which wasn't right.
It is 27-18. Then it makes sense. Then we take 11 from France and give them to Israel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But how on earth can the operator lead the queen of diamonds in the other room when in fact North led a spade? Maybe because the queen of diamonds looked normal to the operator? It's kind of strange. It's also strange in the sense that they pick their best operators for the BBO1 table, or the BBO1 match, I mean. So the operator in the other room should also be pretty experienced. Of course, accidents happen.
So this is a good result for Israel, isn't it? In the other room, they managed to make an overtrick in 4 spades. When well, A, it's not obvious to get there, and B, it looks as though you might be able to defeat it.
How on earth do you make an overtrick 3 certain trump losers? Well, of course they could crash them. Something is not right.
Assume North opened a no trump and South drove game in spades. Is that why?
That's what he did. He did open a no trump. South beat South African Texas. No misunderstanding there. So 4 spades it was. So maybe they crashed their spade on us. Not impossible. On this auction, North has no bid.
Well, the play shows Declarer leading a spade to the jack, and East wins the queen and cashes the...
Breaking up again, your Graham?
Well, because North had opened a no trump, East thought that he had 2 spades, so when Declarer played a spade to the jack, he won the queen and cashed the ace.
Ah, I see. Well, it's been suggested here by a spectator that 6 heart contract on board 8 in the other room going 1 down. He says it could have been the lead of the queen of diamonds, and then Declarer misguessed the clubs later, but he could afford to misguess the clubs. He got 2 spades away on the ace king of diamonds, so that would still be 6 hearts making. Sure, he could have misguessed clubs, but then he lose 1 trick and only 1.
He wasn't going to misguess the hearts for the same reason that we talked about in this room. Once North had intervened showing spades and another, he was always going to play South for the heart length.
So operator is inclined to believe that our score is the correct one, and the scores have been entered incorrectly into Bridgemate. I see. Everything's possible. We can't give you the final answer. It's not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. No final answer here. Wow. 2 spades must have been invitational. Is it, Graham? I really can't understand to know. Do they play weak jump shifts?
Not obviously, no. I mean, South's a passed hand, so he could have opened a weak multi.
Yeah, could.
I think I think North just trying to escape from spades.
Because partner didn't open a multi. So he thought that they would play
exactly.
better somewhere else. Yeah, yeah.
It seems a bit of a view, because presumably partner could have had well, like he did here, a very weak, long 6-card suit. And why couldn't 2 spades be the right spot? If partner had 6 small spades, for instance.
Yeah. All right, so we have to believe the score from the other table on this board, because if it went as you said, Jack of spades to the Queen, and East cashed the Ace of spades, crashing his partner's King, then the declarer would take 11 tricks, right? Yes. So
yeah,
that makes
believable
sense.
because it's believable because he thought North had a balanced hand. He thought he had King Jack of spades.
I'm asked, are you allowed to open one trump with a singleton? I know in some clubs they don't allow you to, especially in North America. But also in Britain, I've seen that, that you're not allowed to open a one-note trump with a singleton. But at this level, sure, you are allowed to open one-note trump with a singleton, as long as it's not based on a partnership understanding. It has to be a surprise to your partner as well.
I'm not sure that's true, Roland. I think you're perfectly entitled to have the agreement that you're allowed to open a no trump with a singleton.
Well, a player from England tells me that in the UK you must announce that it may contain a singleton.
Yes, exactly. And that would be the same here, that you'd be expected to have it on your convention card that one no trump could contain a singleton, but it doesn't have to be a surprise. It's a perfectly legitimate agreement that you could have, that you are allowed to open one no trump containing a singleton.
Okay. But I know in North America, because Larry Cohen told us the other day, that some clubs bar the opening of one no trump with a singleton. And they're entitled to, of course, they have their own rules. Yeah, and I agree that it should be allowed. Well, sometimes you have hands where you think one no trump is the best bit with a singleton. We had one this morning, a 16 count with 5 diamonds, 4 hearts, singleton spades, 3 clubs, and singleton was the king of spades. Maybe you were there, I don't know. And I actually thought that one no trump would be the best opening. Do you remember the hand?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it, yeah. And I would have thought a fair number of people one no trump. I think certainly tables where they'd open one no trump hand here.
Yeah, but it would normally be the king or the ace, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's more tempting if you've got the king or the ace. But it's an awkward shape because, I mean, say you had 16 points with the singleton jack. Say you gave it's only 15 on this occasion, but say you made it 16, and if you've got to open 1 club and partner bids a spade, and now you've got to rebid 2 clubs, you know, that's not ideal. You've got more high cards and fewer clubs than partner would expect.
Exactly. I remember the hand this morning. It was singleton king, ace jack to 4 hearts, ace king 10 to 5 diamonds, and jack to 3 clubs. 16. 1 diamond. If you open 1 diamond and partner responds 1 spade, that's normal. What are you going to bid now? 2 diamonds? 2 hearts reverse, 2 clubs. There's no ideal bid. So I think 1 no trump is best. Two diamonds is the multi-defense, I assume, showing 1 6-card major.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a heart fit. Hearts are 2-2, so they're very close to making 4 hearts vulnerable. But they can't get there. South has to pass reluctantly. He has to pass.
Well, I think
they
are making 4 hearts, aren't they?
They are.
I think you're even making an overtrick, aren't you? What are we going to lose? We can rough 2 clubs.
Wow. Wow. Now he did a lot better than Levin in the other room, who passed 2 spades. Now 3 hearts was very risky, I have to say. But how can one argue with success? Spot on here.
Yeah, he's done incredibly well.
It's unbelievably. You don't have to be biased to say that this is unbelievably lucky. Partner has a weak 2. He has barely anything in his suit. He has 2 aces and 3-card heart support. Amazing.
So now if you were in it, you could actually make a grand slam by roughing out the ace-king of spades.
It's true. You can take their tricks. Absolutely amazing. And 2 spades is not. What do you mean 2 spades is not weak? 2 diamonds is a 6-card major, right?
Yeah, it's a 6-card major. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course he's well against knots, so obviously it's not trash. I understand that.
But you'd expect partner to normally have more on in spades, and you know, he's just got the perfect hand, hasn't he?
I'm told that board 10 may also be misscored. The official score is 1 trumps 2, but by North. We can't believe anything we see here. We just have to wait. Maybe in a couple of hours they have the correct scoreline on the official page. It doesn't matter because they will get it right eventually.
Bid up, partner.
Yep. So the joy for the Israel supporters was short-lived. Impact on 11. They lost, and 4 more actually on 12. 12 in France.
So this looks like a fairly peaceful 3 no trumps.
Why do they all open 1 no trump? For a start, they're off range, then they're off shape.
Well, I suppose it has a semi-tactical element, doesn't it? You're close to the playing strength for a strong no trump. I agree, you're a point shy, but you're thinking you might be able to keep the measures out if you open a. I mean, maybe that's part of the thinking.
Yep, I can appreciate that. But you have 14. You're 2-2 in the majors. You have no stoppers in either major. If partner investigates and finds out that you have a doubleton in one major, is he not entitled to assume that you have 3 cards in the other major?
I'm not sure he is these days.
Okay, maybe a singleton. Do you have a way of showing a singleton?
Singleton.
When you open one no trump?
Well, yeah, maybe you should have a way of asking whether the singleton's a king or a queen or a jack.
It's quite funny because I watched Sear many years ago at a congress in Scotland, and he was dealt a 4-4-4-1 hand, and he opened a no trump. That's Sear, no problem at all. The partner bid 2 clubs, right? So he said quietly, "Well, if I dump to 3 in my singleton, will I show 4-4-4-1 then?" Yeah. I mean, it would be an impossible response, right? One no trump, 2 clubs, 3 hearts. Surely that must be 4-1-4-4.
Maybe. But, I mean, if you are 4-1-4-4, you don't really... I mean, that's not actually a problem shape, is it? Because you can actually open a minor and bid a spade.
Yeah.
It's when you have a singleton... When you have a singleton spade, things are maybe more problematic. Because now you've got to rebid something at the 2 level.
Yes, I agree completely. The funny thing was that opener could actually 3 hearts center by balanced hand. So 5 clubs, was that a save over 4 spades in the other room?
Well, yes, but of course 4 spades is got quite a few losers.
Yeah, it's got many losers. Well, 4 losers. 2 clubs of dime. Well, that's also a ruff.
A diamond
so
ruff
that was
5 losers.
Yeah.
Or in a heart ruff the other way. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losers. Do they get everything?
Yeah, so that was the phantom save. But, maybe understandable, the bidding went pass by east, south opener spade, west passed, and north bid 3 clubs. Some kind of Bergen race, I suppose, maybe a Fitbit with diamonds, we don't know. East got in with 3 no trumps to show the minors, and south bid 4 hearts, pass 4 spades by north, pass. And perhaps one can understand the 5 club bit now. On the other hand, you have 2 aces on defense.
Well, not only that,
Love all.
you've also got a singleton in partner's suit. So partner's got the ace of diamonds. And there must be a live chance of a heart ruff as well, you would think. Or some, well, I suppose they showed a 9-card fit. But if partner's got the ace of diamonds, you can see it's off.
Indeed, yeah. But partner must be more than 5-5 for his 3-no, right? So he is 6-5.
Yeah, so 6.
Yeah. But that would usually be 6 diamonds and 5 clubs when you look at the West hand. I don't know. Do you think East will bid for no now? That would obviously show a side suit in diamonds. Yeah.
It's aggressive, isn't it? I mean, partner's responded in your singleton. I mean, maybe you should see what partner does. Yeah.
The partner is a bit light for his 2-heart bid, isn't he? A wee bit light. Not much, since we opened 1 club.
Well, he has a 6 heart and 2 aces, and you're not going to make a negative double, are you?
Nah. Aren't you happy to defend here and lead your singleton? Well, Neil needs it badly. Yeah, he may double.
He knows partners. He knows partner's got long clubs because he can see that partner must have a singleton spade. So he knows partner's got a lot of clubs, or at least 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he can. I mean, from his point of view, why isn't it very likely you're making 5 clubs? So 4-no, probably 2 places to play. He's offering hearts and clubs here.
Yeah. It may not get doubled, and it didn't. I'm told about a swing in the England-Poland match. You remember how the scoreline was 3-2 earlier? Graham? Do you know what it is now after 13 boards? It's not 3-2 any longer. It's 9-5.
And 5 clubs is a pretty decent contract, isn't it? I mean, you've got a chance of... well, say decent. You've certainly got some play if you can bring in one of the red suits. You can bring in heart suit.
Yeah, or diamonds. Diamonds split 4-3, maybe.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so I mean, you've got pretty good play in 5 clubs.
It is true that partner is marked with long clubs. I agree with that, and I like 4-no clubs much better than 5 clubs, because partner may have some heart support, you know, unable to bid over 4 spades. So 4-no trump is flexible, so that partner can get out in 5 hearts if he prefers.
Partner could have had a minimum 1, 3, 4, 5 type shape, or maybe even 4 hearts. I mean, partner's not necessarily going to bid 5 hearts on all hands with 4 hearts here.
Let me tell you a little about tomorrow. Only 3 rounds tomorrow in all series. For all 3 of them. But we also have 2 bonus matches for you with boys. In the morning, we'll start with two voice matches. Iceland, France, with David Berlund, Graham and me. Then in the middle match we have England against Norway, with Mark Horton and me. And finally, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon European time, Central European time, we have Italy, Poland, with David Bird and me, and Sweden, France, with Bill Jacobs and Graham. So a busy day for you and me tomorrow, Graham.
Well, you've had a busy day every day, so.
Yeah, I do 3 matches a day. Even when they only have 3 rounds. But we are only 6 now, you know. I mean, Larry could only do 4 sessions.
Larry's on some tour, isn't he? Some teaching tour.
Yeah, he is. And remember, you were away over the weekend.
I was, yes.
Two hearts is a little light, I have to say. Not everyone's style to get in with 2 hearts there. Is it your style to get in with 2 hearts?
I'm not sure it is really. The hand just feels a bit too scruffy, really.
Yeah.
We got the Queen. The Queen of Spades Queen Third Spade looks pretty horrible. Yeah, I mean, there's not much of a hand, is it? What about you? Would you get it?
No. I would pass. Not only when I play with Peter Lund. Obviously, it's a clear pass with Peter Lund. I can assure you. If you get in with 2 hearts, on that hand, he'll punish you in bit 4.
I was going to say you'd be in game with the other hand.
Exactly. No. Has too many flaws, really. Queen Third Spades, Jack Third Diamonds, and the heart suit isn't great, is it? At least give me the 10 of hearts, Ace Jack 10 9 of hearts. Then maybe if you twist my arms, you can make me too hard at the colours.
But I mean, I'm not sure what's wrong with necessarily passing. And I mean, say 2 clubs comes back to you, now you can bid 2 hearts, and maybe you stay at the 2 level rather than getting too high at the 3 or 4 level when partner thinks you might have a hand.
Laurent Denis did very well here not to go up with a spade honor when a spade was left from dummy. So obviously declare him his guest spades and a flat ball had. So
well, he knew partner hadn't raised, so partner had 3 spades at most, so the declarer was marked then.
yeah, you have to do it smoothly, following small smoothly. You can't think. All right, we are on the last board of the match and today's play. So time for me to thank our brilliant operator, Salt Wagner. He is terrific, no errors, time to talk to the table, just great for all spectators. Thanks to you, Graham, for joining me. Thanks to Yuval, first of all, for doing the text here, to the organizers in Hungary, and of course to our listeners for coming this evening now in Europe. Thanks to BBO for providing the platform, greatly appreciated by British fans all over the world. It's been fun. It's been fun as always, and we'll be back, of course, tomorrow at 10 o'clock local time, 9 a.m. UK. It's also 10 a.m. in South Africa. They are on sea.
And thanks to you, Roland. So, would you, in the other room they open 3 clubs, would you be a 3-club opener on the north end?
No. No, I'll tell you why. In second seat, I like to have full value for my preempts, because there's only one opponent to preempt now. So in first seat, yes. Third seat, yes. Not in second. How about you?
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite the right hand with an ace and a king. If we're going to do a 6-card, I agree. In first or third, I would definitely open it. It doesn't feel quite the right hand in second to be opening. We'd normally like to have a 7-card suit in second. So you can be with a pass. Although I don't hate 3 clubs.
No, I don't hate it, but I wouldn't here. I mean, partner would expect a decent preempt in second. Rule of 2 and 3 are used in second. And that's the 500 rule, you know.
Yeah, my preempts are not quite so disciplined. I go for the rule of 1100 or 1400.
So well done, France. They have been a little lucky, but they played well. East-West here made a few mistakes. Most notably board 1, obviously, where they allowed a so-called hopeless slam to make. You can perhaps not see how it made, because the operator couldn't see the card East played when the Queen of Hearts was advanced from the dummy. But apparently it turned out to be the King afterwards, so it was when Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts, Ace of Hearts. And that's how the slam made. But all in all, I think they deserve this, France. Absolutely. There was also the 1100 from the other table in 3-no trumps doubled, where Thomas de Cis, which wasn't obvious, but he did. He got his reward. So France still leading, of course, by a margin from Germany. And they will surely be in the top 6, although it's, I mean, still 18 rounds to go. France will surely be right up there, which means that the team finishing 7th will also qualify for next year's Bermuda Bowl.
Because France is hosting.
Exactly. Yes, it will be in Lyon next year in August. 4-1 is a good example of never give up, isn't it? You are in a hopeless
Well, that's
slump.
right. I mean, you never. I mean, if two top-class players can make a mistake, such a mistake, then it just goes to show if you can present the defence even with situations you might think are obvious as declarer, then sometimes top players will still go wrong. This looks like it's going to be another small pickup for France. I think two hearts is going to make here.
As long as it doesn't cover, yes. So, very kind of the players also to finish now, because then we'll be ready for football in 20 minutes or so. Graham, I don't know if you are a football fan, but England playing, of course, so you may be watching.
Yeah, I think I will watch that over with my dinner. Are you following the championships, Roland?
Oh, absolutely. Always the 9 o'clock match. That's fine for me, right? Most of the time I can't watch the matches at 3 and 6. But they don't have many of those anymore.
No, the group stages are coming to, well, this is the end of the beginning of the end of the group stage, isn't it? The final match in the initial group.
It is, exactly. So see you tomorrow morning, Graham, for Russia against Italy. Should be a good one.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
So I'll bid you farewell now, so I'll have time to get a snack before the football. Thanks everyone. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Roland. Bye. So East is going to get M played here. You can play the King of Clubs, overtake, and then play the Jack of Clubs, and East is going to have to give dummy a minor suit trick. Okay, thanks everyone. See you tomorrow.